The trouble is, we think we have time. If you haven't seen this video that I put up a little over a week ago, this one may not make very much sense to you. But I lost my best friend and my travel companion and my uh, very close helper on this channel. And she passed away about 3 weeks ago. I have to really thank all the support that I've gotten from people who watched the video that I talked about her passing, people that I know that have really stepped up: Angela, Jenna, the Campies, the Good Time Supper Club folks, the PLG ladies. They've all really been wonderful. And the friends that I have that are uh, catching what I have to say on Facebook have also been very supportive, and it 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 showed me that I have to keep going. Life goes on within you and without you. I don't know how I'm going to keep going, but I am going to keep going. So you have to get out, you have to go to the store. There's a lot of different things you have to do as life goes on within you and without you. One of the things that Debbie and I used to talk about is we were basically the same age. She was a few months older than I was, and we're in our mid 70s. And it was interesting to see people that we knew that were in their mid 70s who were not as active, not as alive as we seemed to be. And looks like we spoke too soon. In the time since she's passed, I've been overwhelmed with grief. There was at least a week where I couldn't really do anything. I still find myself staring off into space a lot. And another thing that I find is that I'm looking and thinking, am I next? I sit and watch and I feel what my body feels like, and I'm concerned. It's hard to describe how I would sit and stare during periods over this last 3 weeks and feel more frail and fragile than I ever have before. I'm starting to feel really old. That being said, as I work through my grief, and I am working through it, but as I work through my grief, I find myself getting back to that place where I don't feel so old, and yet at the same time, there's this hole that reminds me how old I really am. In my spiritual practice, there are monks and nuns, but there are also these individuals known as Kalyana. And if you translate that out, that means spiritual guide. And I followed these two spiritual guides for about 35 years. And one of them used to tell the story of a Burmese monk they called the happy monk. And he would say that when he was meditating, on the in breath, he would say, "Everybody I know is going to die." And on the out breath, he'd say, "And I'm going to die too. So when I die, it's not going to be a surprise." 3 or 4, 5 months ago, I've started to do this as well. Uh, 5 or 6 minutes a day, I would just stop what I'm doing and I'd say that. I'd recite that a few times, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. Everybody I know is going to die. and I'm going to die too. And I have to be real here that what I was thinking was all of these people that I know peripherally, they could die. I didn't really think about somebody super close to me dying. I was prepared for me to go. I have been preparing for that as I've gotten older, and I'm not afraid of that at all. But I wasn't prepared for Debbie to go to this. As I mentioned previously, one of the ways that Debbie was incredibly valuable to contributing to this channel was that she lives on the other side of the Cascades, and I live here in Central Oregon in the high desert. And I was over there probably about a third of every month. I was there at her house. And one of the things that would happen during the month is we would talk about what's going on over there. And then we would decide what we were going to film when I would come over because of what was happening over there. I don't have that anymore. This channel doesn't have that anymore. So I probably will wind up camping more than I had planned. And so you'll probably see a lot more of the RV here that I call Toy Yoda. And we'll see if there's more camping that gets in. One of the things that my spiritual discipline really points out is that the ego can get in the way of things. And so over these last 35 years, I've been looking at putting my ego in the background. And one of the things that that's done is it's caused me to not be on camera very much. And with Debbie gone now, I think I'm going to have to be on camera more. And I put up a poll on this channel, and I asked, do you want to see more, less, or the same of me in the videos? And overwhelmingly, it was they want to see more of me in the videos. So I've got to practice on how to do that, so have patience while that happens. So as I've said, I'm going to continue on. And again, the problem is we think we have time. I don't know how much more time I have. Is it next week? Is it tomorrow? Is it 4 years from now? But I'm going to go with this channel, and I'm going to work to be able to give a weekly vlog through the end of this year and see what happens and make a decision at that point. Also, in between those weekly vlogs, I'm going to be doing what I'm doing now and tell you about me, tell you about me, tell you the deep feelings that I'm having. And I'm going to explain how I got to this point today, who I am. And I'll be putting one or more of those up in between the regular vlogs, at least one each month. So stay tuned for that. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. And also, as I mentioned in the last time I did this, a week or so ago, I went down to see my son Toby in the Bay Area, and we did a couple of vlogs down there. We recorded a couple of vlogs down there, and the first one was I can't even talk straight. The first one was last Thursday, and this coming Thursday will be the other one. So thanks again for being here. You have no idea how it keeps me going. I appreciate it. Thank you.